Yeah, go check out biomedical.com. There's a lot of tools. You'll be supporting the project that way. There's many more coming shortly. Yeah, we'll start developing in a second. Yeah, we're trying to update sitemap. So this is all the links available on the website. Yeah, they're not really hidden. There's no link to them. I don't know if normally there's a link to the sitemap at the bottom of the homepage. Maybe. I actually wouldn't mind having it there. The problem with it is that when the sitemap HTML is loaded in the browser, you cannot actually no, didn't mean using the search for it. Yeah, that's what I meant. The sitemap in the browser doesn't have search function. Let's start with a 3.5 or 4 node. Yeah, let's just go for 4 node. No, that starts from 3.5. When looking at the sitemap on a website, the links in it are not clickable. Is there any specific reason why that might be the case? It's a sitemap XML. Yeah, it's used by search engines, but so I can't read, so I have to read that out loud.
If the links in your sitemap.xml file are not clickable when viewed in a web browser, It's because the sitemap.xml file itself is not intended for direct user interaction. Here are some key points to consider. 1. Purpose of sitemap.xml. The sitemap.xml file is primarily used by search engines to discover and index the pages of your website. It's a structured format that helps search engines understand the organization of your site's content and prioritize crawling. 2. XML format. Sitemap.xml is an XML format which is meant to be machine readable rather than human readable or interactive. Each URL listed in the sitemap.xml is typically in a URL tag with child elements such as loc, location of the page, and optional metadata like last mod, last modified date.
Okay, essentially, no, it's not meant to be clickable. It is clickable in my Visual Studio Code. Yeah, it's fine. It's really supposed to be not for users, whatever. I don't mind sharing it. I mean, anyone can look at it. It's in the public. So it's essentially we'll have everything we are currently working on is sorted by updated date. And let's go Brain 3D, which actually stopped working. We had something functional in there, but not anymore. So let's open another Visual Studio Code window, go straight to Brain 3D. There's actually a reason why we open it in a separate window. That's being the way GitHub Copilot works. I think they fixed it in the newer versions, but essentially if you open, if you ask GitHub Copilot about the overall project, if there's too many files, it used to return an error, probably only on Linux. But point being that it doesn't work. Let's try that app. API, so it's meant to be a Flask application. Yeah, that's how it looks like. I'm pretty sure we'll be having some errors. Yeah, remember something didn't go quite right. Instead, in index HTML line 21, the orbit control, they meant to be orbit control. Is this 3JS? Yeah, that one. To check. Yeah, we had a working version of those JavaScript. A nifty reader orbit control. Yeah, we need to sort them out for this application to work. I'm pretty sure we actually had them working before. Let's go for a new chat. Let's go. Which model do we need? Yeah, we need 4 node because it should be able to search. We have JavaScript as well. Do we need to pop in the JavaScript? Yeah, we're getting errors. Mainly to do with line 21 orbit controls. Yet those three do not seem to work. Okay, the three JavaScript files that we are loading from a CDN do not seem to work. Can we find the working versions of those JavaScript libraries, or whatever they're called, codes? So essentially all these three meant to be replaced by working links. Can we find them? Let's see if it can sort this for us, because it's actually used to work before. Wait, one of them is working. No, the 3GS is working. 3GS did it actually change it? It did. Don't like it. Latest version. Okay, let's try it. A nifty 6.8. That's the same one. The last one, a orbit control. Yet the nifty reader is still okay. The other ones work except this one, the nifty reader one. The CDN is empty. And returning the above message. Updated nifty again, did it? It's 068. No, that's the same. Well, okay, can you not regenerate the whole code? This URL still returns an error. Just actually do a proper search, would you? here why we now supposedly loading a different library, which I don't particularly like. Oops. Like that the idea of the Nifty reader better. I'm pretty sure we had a working one. What's the Popeye library? Why are we using it? We had the Nifty reader working before. I think it was just Nifty reader JS instead of Nifty reader min JS. Why regenerating the whole code? Just hold your horses for a sec. We're still just trying to a Nifty reader. And no. Let's try. Right, there is something there. Okay, which one? It's just the Nifty JS. Okay, seem to just be a different link. Same CDN. This link actually works. That link actually works. Yes, we seem to Is there an issue with it? It's the orbit control one. It requires another library, doesn't it? It requires 3. If it requires 3, it's again a different will it be in the same library? Should be 3 3GS. And source will it be will it be this one, but it will require all these other files, is it? And that's quite complicated. Yeah, the 3 library is not using the most updated thing. To use this one instead. Hey, can I use this library instead for the 3JS instead of the current one? Because I seem to be getting errors. And yes, if you have any questions, complaints, requests about bionicchaos.com, this is a good time. Go check it out if you haven't done so already. Just pop it in the chat. Okay, we're changing the library. Changing the library. Here's how to update the code. Actually like how it's placing everything into this one file. Let's actually try it out. We might be requiring the full library, not just the minimum version of it. Is it possible that we require the full JS library, not the minimal version of it? Yeah, it's required to work with Node.js and stuff, where requires defined to use orbit control directly in the browser without the module the bundler. You should use the version of orbit control from 3JS example directory that is designed to work in the browser environment. Okay, regenerating the whole code for me. That's fine. Didn't actually ask for the whole code, but I know I'll be having trouble integrating everything together later, so we might as well. Problem is, I don't know, it did change. Okay, we're getting a different error. Hopefully it won't start regenerating the whole code. Object control is being loaded before the FreeJS library. No, it's not. Yeah, just asking how to fix, don't regenerate the whole code. Well, first because it's taking forever. Yeah, we're loading the 3GS and the Nifty reader. Um, it's actually I don't know where it's finding the links. They don't work. We had a working Nifty reader. Oh, come on. Okay, it's actually called it's getting the links slightly off. Examples. It's the orbit. It's the orbit control. Don't see it. Controls. Yeah, orbit control is there. The fly controls, orbit controls. Uh, bu- 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 bu. Needs to fix the libraries. Can you look at the structure that is currently available on the CDN from the images shared and update the links so they actually work? I reckon we are pretty close. Okay, the 3JS, the nifty reader. Just call nifty.js and orbit control. They work. Yeah, first one, yes. Second one, yes. Third one, yeah. It's actually updated the it was nice enough to update the whole code for us. We're not worried about how long it is because it's not actually running. But the JavaScript code is actually available in the CDN. Let's not prompt it with anything. Come on, really? Making up stuff, don't get it. This was already built. What's the problem with using that? A copy link. Well, that one doesn't work, so might as well. And this one obviously works. We just download the whole library or something. It's the usage. Yeah, that seemed to be the most updated thing. Doesn't work. All right, this must be it. I want to use this 3JS. Can use import statement outside a module. The thing is, this used to just work. We're pretty sure about the this one. Not sure about this too. Cannot import statement outside a module. Can stop generating, regenerating the whole code. That is wrong anyway. Would be highly appreciated. Okay. That's the source. This is the actual build. Build. Yeah, why am I using? If you want to use the mean, it will be this one. We want to use the module. Orbit. Examples. A copy link. The same one is a nifty.js. It's working fine. Hey, which one are we using? Come on. Hey, we could also use copy link address. We could also use this one as well. No, wait, this one. A copy link address. Can we just load all of them? No. So we meant to be using the one from the source, are we? This is not fun. Not fun at all. Hey, can you just explain what's going on without generating any new code? The links above do work, but which one am I supposed to be using and why? Ooh.
Certainly. Here's an explanation of what's happening and why certain links work or don't work. 3JS1, 3.module.min.js, and 3.module.js. These files are ES6 module versions of 3JS. They use import and export statements, which are only supported inside modules. Browsers need these files to be served with a tuples module attribute in the script tag to interpret them correctly, and they are meant for use with module bundlers like Webpack or in a modern JavaScript project setup. Dub2, 3.min.js, and 3JS. These files are non-module versions of 3.js. They are designed to be included directly in a script tag in a browser and don't use import and export statements. 3.min.js is a minified version and typically preferred for production because it is smaller in size. You should use 3.min.js for direct browser usage without any bundling setup. Nifty Reader JS1, Nifty Reader Jest / Nifty.js. This is the correct non-module version of the Nifty Reader JS library. It should be used directly in the browser without any bundler. 2. Nifty Reader JS at 0.6.ace niftyreader.js. This file does not exist, leading to the 404 error you encountered. Orbit controls. 1. Orbitcontrols.js, the version located at 3.166.1/exempt.jsm/controls. Orbitcontrols.js is the ES6 module version. This requires a module system to work correctly and uses import statements. 2. Orbitcontrols.js from 3.16.11 examples/js controls.js stats. This is the non-module version meant for direct use in browsers without a bundler. It should be used when you are not using a module system. Conclusion. To avoid the errors, use the following. 3.min from h/cdn.jsdeliver.net/npm/3.16.build 3.min.js. nifty.js.nifty-reader.js/dis /nifty.js. Orbitcontrols.js cdn.deliver.net npm/3 examples controls orbitcontrols.js. These versions do not rely on the module system and are suitable for inclusion directly in the HTML script tags.
struggling here. I have to continue next time, but I'll leave the stream running with something fun for you to watch, and so you have time to put your comments. Don't forget to put your comments. You can watch those if you like, if you have spare time. I know you don't, but I'll just leave it. I'll leave the stream running just so if you have any questions, and I'll answer them when I come back in a bit. And yes, we can fix this one to actually do something more interesting. That's okay. I don't have to see it from the beginning. It's just a development session. So all the development is eventually, like everything that is working, it's eventually on this website. And there will be videos on YouTube, like essentially without the, me rambling, hopefully, if I have time to edit the videos correctly. And they will also have no silence bit, because I tend to just during development not say much. Complete chaos. Yeah, it is chaos. That's right. That's what it is. It is what it is. Trying to make this one more interesting for you to watch. That one running here, there's a machine scoring ECG waveforms. I did notice how, so this is me just essentially testing it. You can watch it. I mean, you can try it yourself. There's a link in the comments. Oops. Wasn't meant to. So I'm trying to save water for this one. Those essentially act as the water sources here. They actually act as incubators. So they actually generate some life around them. Yeah, if you actually have drops of water moving there on top, they actually generate more stuff, which is more interesting. But yes, it is definitely chaos. Life is chaos, isn't it? Welcome. Yeah, put a few drops there, a few drops here. So they actually, well, because I need to go away for a bit, and you can watch this if you like. Hopefully it's actually generating live. You can try it yourself and let me know. Essentially try to minimize water usage, because we don't want to overuse water, and still keep life going. Maybe another incubator over here somewhere, just in case lives is kickstarting all of a sudden, like over there. Then it can actually spread. These rocks there don't actually do anything, do they? Can get rid of them. Add some water there potentially. Might be a bit more interesting. Chaos is interesting though, isn't it? I was actually thinking chaos simulators and like, they actually had something like that, but it didn't. didn't work. Surprise, surprise. Chaos didn't work. But yeah. Surprise, surprise. Chaos didn't work. Yeah, when I'm live streaming, there's a lot. Yeah, I think YouTube, the algorithm gods, actually promoting my channel somehow, and I get a lot more traffic. And I don't think I actually contribute much by, showing my face and voice. I think it's pretty annoying as it is. But then there's something going on the screen. It probably generating as much traffic as if I would have done something. But yeah, eventually we want to like have two bots just chatting to one another and developing for me, so I can just go have a nap and the bots will keep chipping away, developing hopefully somewhat interesting applications. It's almost, no, I was there too, just being facetious. I obviously do care what is it being developed. it's more helpful, isn't it? Instead of helpful, it should be hell with double L. It's more helpful. Yeah, not sure, but no, just that can have your own mini-me. You just set it off and it keeps developing code, because the code surprisingly just works. But yeah, just before we're trying to fix this brain 3D modeling thing, it's used to work. It's nothing to do with the bot. Actually, the bot is fine. It's having trouble figuring out exactly which CDN JavaScript code to use, because there's loads, and all the examples they're older, that's not updated. It's having trouble. But no, it's not hallucinating. When it's hallucinating, it's probably doing it for a reason, as do humans. Probably took something. Anyhow, if there is, yeah, thanks for joining in. Yeah, those sessions meant to be interactive, so if we have yeah, chatting to bots is not ideal, obviously. Talk to humans, it's just that humans are not always available. That's a shame, isn't it? Should just, I don't know, make more. I thought they did. Kept regenerating code for me even though I didn't ask for it. We have to get this one going again. So to do the silly JS libraries. No idea what's the difference between. Apparently I'm not supposed to use module. I'm not supposed to use what's in the source. Well, because it's the source code, right? I'm meant to be using what's in the build. Problem is, this particular, it's the 3JS library for 3D modeling. If you go older versions, they used to that's really old. Don't want to go there. It's not even available. Couldn't find. Yeah, so why is it in the drop-down list? Yeah, so all the versions used to have the 3JS, and that's apparently the one I'm meant to be using. But the new version, probably not much difference between them, is there? It doesn't have the 3JS. It has a 3CJS, which supposedly, I don't know, is it the same? No idea. Have to get those libraries right before we can display the 3D stuff. which we really like to have, because we have the slices of the brain and then a 3D, it's called the volumetric rendered model for that scan. But anyway, let me know if there's any specific questions if you haven't. Yeah, notice with this one, it actually stops running after the machine reaches oh, actually, it's when the human score drops below a certain number. Well, it's essentially, yeah, it's a bit of a bug, but then it's really like a feature, because it essentially means the human is not is out. It's not engaged. It's not paying attention. It's more easy for me to write and to understand than write CDN files. You know, this is CDA. What is it? Content Delivery Network, right? I'm using a CDN for. So I'm trying to have the website dynamic. However, whatever, you know, the links, those images and stuff, they're just sitting on a CDN. So CDN files. No, CDN is a, I don't know, maybe talking different things, but it's a content delivery network. So just any static content like text can be stored on a CDN. So when you access it from whichever country you're from, it's not going fetching it from my server. I do have my own server. Yeah, and I'm having some trouble with some of the applications. Are essentially too heavy and they time out. Yeah, this one we'll have to go over it at some stage. Yeah, and secret is that you can actually go sitemap, my biomedical.com sitemap XML, actually see everything I'm currently working on. And there's about 90 tools. The front page is only about 30, 20, 30, 25 or so are formally published. The rest you can actually see in the sitemap XML, which is the file that the robots, like the Google crawler and stuff, are using to actually know what is on your website. Problem is, some of them I have to fix, and some I have to update the descriptions and the like. And there's about 90 of them. So essentially 90 ongoing micro projects, mostly around EEG, ECG, but then imaging, yeah, eye tracking, music from hands. I mean, still biomedical, right? It's your hands, so use them. Yeah, well, so I had quite a bit of success with the EEG to music generator. It actually work? Yeah, it still works. You can scroll with your keyboard. I should have it running like an option to run it in a loop. So again, when I go away from my live stream, it could just, you know, generating content for me. No, it's not that interesting because it will be deterministic, right? So you know what is it going to generate. Could still probably scroll, randomize it somehow, scroll, select a random channel out of 16. Those are actually actual EEG recordings, intracranial, from the surface of the brain in animal subjects. I don't know, can do something with the window size. I'm thinking how to essentially automate this. the volume, actually, there was a bug there. It will be hard to explain what the bug actually is, but it's essentially when you have auto volume. So it's louder when you have a seizure there, and soft when there's no seizure. Yeah, because this screen is actually auto scaling. I know some people are not big fans of auto scaling charts like that, but you know, bad luck. Yes, can have another option for disabling that, but it could be a whole separate web application tool doing just that. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, let me know if you want me to cover any of those. Obviously, I made them, so I should know what are they doing. Yes, the robot wrote the code for them and the text on the page, but yeah, people will keep arguing. It's like they'll be saying it's not your content. No, it is my content. You can see from the previous live streams how much time it took. Yeah, probably the longest one, yeah, was this ECG label bot. Yeah, the original version was quite quick. It only had the human scoring, so essentially you had to click on it. But now it also has a machine. It's a fuzzy logic system that's labeling the waveforms with you or against you. I guess it depends how you look at it. It does show you everything it does, so you could collaborate with the machine. Well, at least don't fight it. There, you have no chance. I have a video like from 6 months ago or so where I'm reaching about a score of 1000. It's getting faster as you go. So every 50 points, it's going faster and faster. The machine, yes, it did a few errors to begin with, but then even with some noise, yes, if I increase the noise, it will start making more errors. Yes, and that's okay. So in this case, it's essentially saying everything is abnormal, even the normal ECG. Yes, it's not doing misses, but it will continue doing false alarms. But anyhow, it's still much better than a human. Yeah, the music could do. Yeah, really should. Had some more music stuff that was in the works. Well, I have hearing. Yeah, so I have cochlear related stuff. Is that music? Well, it is music. You need hearing to hear music. Yeah, that's the cochlear simulator. Someone was complaining, not complaining, sorry, saying they can't get the higher frequency electrodes to actually activate. Well, the trick would be turning off a low pass filter, turning high pass, and wrapping it up a bit, seeing where you're essentially testing your microphone, really, in this case. Because you could see if it's picking. So I have a broader range, frequency range microphone. I don't know, it's a Audio Technica something model, whatever. So if I go with my high pass, it can still pick up essentially frequencies about 17 kilohertz or so. So quite a bit. And you see the high frequency electrodes within the cochlear model do get activated. So yes, it's a model, right? So it's just essentially testing how good your microphone is. But yes, Interior could add a feature where you calibrate the frequency range for your microphone. But yeah, obviously I was testing with my own, so that's just how it works. Yeah, so is it music related? Maybe, maybe not. I want to turn anything into music actually. So music is not music. Yeah, this one has music in it. I don't know if you can hear it. Anyway, I was actually using it for meditating. You can, so if that's how I feel at the moment, with my, thoughts racing, brain racing, whatever, then you either, okay, I can, maybe that's, so adjust it to how I feel at the moment. Yeah, maybe like this. But I'm thinking about 20. There's actually 20. There's a reason why there's 20. We're meant to be mapping EEG onto this. So instead of reviewing EEG as you normally would, where's the EEG? Yeah, we'll need to do more work on the EEG viewer. Yeah, this one is the one that is loading for quite some time. Yeah, so we want to add yeah, so normally you would obviously review EEG like that. It's actually, yeah, there's something funny about this web application. I have to get back to it. It just yeah, you can do off and then choose your separation. Then you can do group by side, so it's left and right side, or overlay all. Well, overlay all is essentially like off overlay option with a separation value of 0. So we didn't really need that option there, but it's already there, so it's gonna stay there. So normally you review EEG like this from left to right, scrolling the screen. Normally you have a play button and just but if hypothetically you could review EEG in any other way, so this could be an EEG clock, so you will have the number of electrodes be your, say, number of channels, and the speed will be, what speed is your amplitude? Well, amplitude could be the size of the particles, so they can be smaller or larger. There's no option like that in here at the moment. There's speed, you can adjust the speed, so essentially you have amplitude and frequency, that's it. And your time window is important, so it's actually important to know. So say if they're doing a full 360 circle, a certain channel, then you should know what the time window for that was it normally it will be like 10 seconds or something that you will be reviewing in here. Actually, there's a lot more data in there. It's actually a whole seizure there. You can, sometimes they overlay them slightly just so you can see kind of what's going on, but yeah, that's a seizure there. Yeah, I like the interface of this. This is a Plotly library, Plotly.js. Yeah, again, it's from a CDN, so there should be actually acknowledgement there. Well, the acknowledgement is this overlay of Plotly stuff. Actually, if you go to that link, it will show you the many other projects. Because that audio feedback gives an enormous impact on brainwaves. Well, right. Well, you don't want to bias it. Yes, hypothetically, if you're about to have a seizure and you just sit down and relax, yes, helping listening to music might be helping, whatever, but you might be actually preventing that seizure from happening, right? So how am I feeling now? Probably feel about this one. You can actually lower it yourself and try and adjust your brain. You can actually use, yeah, you can use the keyboard left and right, up and down as well. ideally you want it to go slow. I'll probably want to only be thinking about one thing, so you could also reduce the number of particles. Actually talk about one thing at a time. Yeah, I don't like those magic frequency numbers. They are rubbish. There is no magical frequency. But yeah, if you want to listen to music, you can bandpass it into a certain frequency. But sorry for that. You need a very strong evidence convincing. I don't know, even if there was a one study, but that's not enough. Anyway, I have to shoot out. Let me know if there's any questions, and I'll try answering them later. I might leave the stream just, and yeah, good. This one actually nice because it's actually generating music. Yeah, there will be more with the live simulation. I want to add musical notes and stuff into all the tools. So essentially have an option to turn it on and off. Maybe when if I go for a walk, hopefully it will sound a bit like that. And this one is actually using quite a bit of my GPU. Close this. Yeah, that one, the problem with it is that if the human is not there, after a while it actually stops. Well, because it's kind of assuming no one is looking at it. Might close it as well. Yeah, we'll be working on all those. You can actually see what currently we have in the works by looking at this page. But yeah, this is not for humans essentially. Yeah, might leave those two. And yeah, questions will be great because well, first I can try and fix things on the site. Second, gives me ideas of what to do next. Even though again we have quite a bit on the list at the moment. But if you have something interesting, I might actually combine, you know, different ideas. Say something you're interested in and something I'm interested in, we just combine it together. Actually, ChatGPT is pretty good at doing this kind of stuff. And I'll see you in a bit. Just to be safe, say goodbye. But yeah, pop your questions in. I'll answer them as when I come back.